on Sagittarian Matters, we are talking about aging, vegan pizza trauma, grain-based coffee, molasses cookies, the smell of Trader Joe's, and so much more. With friends to the show, Morgan and Dawn Riddle. Stay tuned.
Sagittarian Matters, Sagittarian Matters. What's the matter with you? Sagittarian Matters.
Hello and happy holidays from the Sagittarian Matters Social Distancing Studios in Los Angeles, California. Listeners, I am so sorry we have been gone for so long. I'm here to make an amends. I hope you will accept it, and to say I have failed at making a season. I thought if I went away for the fall, I could just, cobble something together. I would keep the momentum going just on my own and then present you with like a million episodes at once. But as a matter of fact, I need to be chased around with a stick. I need the anxiety of a weekly deadline to keep me going. That is what I discovered this fall. Other factors occurred. There was a huge family emergency for which I had to travel. There were 36 students to whom I was accountable. And I'm very sorry to tell you that now, whatever happened to me this fall, I'm now a top contributor in the Tortoise Facebook group that I belong to. Okay, just let that sink in. You haven't seen your friend for a long time. She comes back. You ask how it's been going. She tells you that now, whenever she comments on Facebook, the word top contributor pops up next to her name. Your friend's not doing so good. I'm doing okay. I am here to give you a little bit of tortoise gossip before we move on with the podcast. Don't worry about me, but I am still a top contributor of the Facebook Tortoise page to which I'm a member. Okay, I want you to imagine a photograph on Facebook. This is not mine. I'm describing tortoise drama of others. It is a tortoise enclosure, indoor tortoise enclosure. You have a little tortoise with his brown, smooth shell sitting on top of a rock. He's climbed on top of a rock right at the very top of his cage, and he's looking out through the bars at the top of his cage. And he's high up above the ground, and the ground is covered in, I don't know what this person's using there, but it's not the standard regulation substrate. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, this tortoise also has a mildly overgrown beak, and this is the result of me being in this page for so long, is that I can tell you that. Okay, here's the comment, and this is all true. It says, "This is Zond. You might be wondering about his unique name. In 1968, the Russians sent the first probes around the moon carrying life from Earth. The probe Zond carried 2 Russian tortoises. In honor of the first tortoises to fly around the moon, my son named him Zond. As you can see, he doesn't like to stay on the ground." That's a beautiful story, and it happens to be true. And let's go down to the comment section. And the second comment on there says, he's up there because he needs better substrate. Winking face. All right, right out the gate, somebody is talking about the substrate. The substrate is whatever the dirt stuff is that you put in the bottom of the enclosure. Anyway, Zon's dad comes back, and, he just wants to let people know that he uses Carefresh, dust-free small pet bedding, and they've been using it for 6 years. He sees a vet every year, and he says this is what they should use, and that Zond burrows into it easily. But I just really appreciate that after somebody's like, here's the tortoise, my little tiny son named him after one of the very first living creatures to go to the moon. Isn't this beautiful? And the person says, he's probably climbed so high in his enclosure because he needs a better substrate. This is my new community. Thank you very much. Okay, in other news, that's it for the Tortoise Corner. I was about to tell you my complete low, how I completely bottomed out this week in the Tortoise group by making a comment that I'm not proud of, not because it was mean, but because it was so dorky that I deserve to be euthanized. But I can't bear to tell you on the podcast. I got to tell you another time. I have to segue. I have to do a tight pivot right now and tell you, as you know, We're living in a time of war and atrocities happening to the citizens of Palestine and extending into the Levant. And I have to tell you, from one friend to another, it's very easy to download the 5calls.org app, or just to go to the website, and you can make phone calls with a script right in front of you to the representatives. It takes like 3 minutes. It's not a big deal. And every weekday at noon, Jewish Voices for Peace hosts something called the Power Half Hour for Gaza on Zoom, which includes updates and talks and an opportunity to make your calls and emails in the company of other people. You can find out more about that through their website or Instagram. Listeners, I have a very important addendum for you. I watched the entirety of The Sopranos since the last time we spoke. Maybe you call it The Sopranos. Maybe you're wearing a top hat. I don't know. But I watched all of The Sopranos, and I have a lot to say. Maybe we'll do a podcast about it. Maybe we'll do an episode. It was very hard for me to find feminist recaps or feminist talk about The Sopranos online as I was watching it. Certainly that must exist because it came out 450 years ago. If you know of a great actual feminist archive take on the show, would love to read it. I would love to know why whatever happened to Vito, why in that same episode, Tony picked up the phone and asked Carmela if Paris was burning. Would love to know more about that. Would love to talk about the fact that I think Phil Leotardo, if not gay, was on the gay bisexual spectrum. Would love to talk about Cosette, the dog, R.A.P. There's so much to talk about. And I'm a geyser. I'm bursting. I would love to talk about The Sopranos with somebody. In the meantime, since I stopped that and I have a soprano-shaped hole in my heart, friend to the show, Katie Davidson, recommended a television show you may not have heard of. It's called Survivor, and I am watching season 37, including Mike White. Mike White, who of course is on The Amazing Race. You can hear my thoughts about that on the show, The Gay-Mazing Race, which I co-host with Karen Thompson every week. Survivor. I haven't watched it since the year 2000 or 2001, when scheming gay Richard Hatch upended the entire show that was mostly just supposed to be about people who were castaways. But then he started building alliances, and everyone in America was like, what's an alliance? And I think he won, even though everybody hated him. Okay, listen, I'm here at season 37. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how the game has changed. I don't know, what in the world? The producers are just running around the forest like Santa Mouse every night, leaving out different packages wrapped in colored string for the people to find, like magpies or crows, to be like, I got a clue. I got an advantage. I got to put it in my shorts. I don't understand the idol system completely. I don't understand the advantages, all the different wads of clues that people are putting out. It seems like it has very little to do with being a castaway at this moment, and a lot to do with scheming. I know all of you have been watching this now for 35 seasons, so you're like, duh. It's new to me. I also don't appreciate the music. I don't appreciate the deep cultural appropriation of the throat singing and the guys being like, wah, huh, huh, as we're seeing a bunch of dudes named Chad stand in the sun holding a ball over their head for 7 hours to try and get a piece of pizza that Jeff Probst is going to give them. And I don't like the challenges. I don't like everyone having to do a puzzle every day, giant wooden block puzzles. I feel like whoever the production assistants are who are building those, it's the exact same people that are doing the enrichment area, people that have worked in enrichment at the zoo, who have been working on enrichment puzzles for the great apes and the elephants, are the same people who are going and building the puzzles for Survivor. No offense, Survivor. If you're a producer from that show, you want me to be on The Amazing Race, give me a call. I'll do the puzzle. I'll do whatever you want. I'll stand on a balance beam with a watermelon over my head for 16 hours so I can eat the crust of a non-vegan piece of pizza after being on an island. That's all. We could talk about Survivor later, listeners. I hope you have a warm holiday season, the very best you can, and we will talk to you in the new year. Goodbye. Dawn Riddle is a multidisciplinary artist from Portland, Oregon. She's a brilliant painter, weaver, photographer, musician, playwright, videographer, and unsolicited vegan food review correspondent. You can find her at dawnriddle.com.
1, 2, 3. Unsolicited vegan food reviews. Food reviews. Completely and totally unsolicited reviews for you. What are they gonna say? Gonna say we didn't ask for it, but we got 'em anyway.
Hey, Sagittarian Matters. Welcome to New Jersey, Princeton, New Jersey. We're at a perfect store called World Earth Center. They have a deli, they had a veggie burger, it had so many sprouts and so many carrots, it was really good. But I decided to treat Megan and I to a vegan candy bar called Mishti, which I think is, I was trying to make a joke about Mitski, the singer, but I didn't ever figure it out. So here's this one. It's called Dark Nutty Buddy, and it's dark chocolate with almonds and pistachios. It was very expensive, and it's very beautiful.
Can we describe it a little?
Please.
So upon opening it, I noted it's not just that it has nuts in it. They're carefully placed atop it, partially embedded in the chocolate.
Yep.
And something about that is very beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're ready. That's good.
It's really good. It's like a truffle. It's like really kind of soft.
Yeah.
It's made with coconut sugar, and I'm totally down with regular cane sugar. But if you're not going to use that, coconut sugar tastes good, and stevia tastes bad, and monk fruit tastes like a punishment. And what did I do to deserve it?
Yeah.
So
It's
great.
It's got like a secret raisin vibe. Do you feel that? I'm not mad about it. It's just, it's also just,
I love a secret raisin.
yeah. I think that pistachios should be in more things. Oh, these are handmade in New Jersey,
Oh, hell yeah.
home of chocolate.
That's tight. Okay.
It's good.
Check out the new Mishti album, Nutty Buddies. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Morgan is a frequent contributor to Sagittarian Matters. She's the former purveyor of Dovetail Bakery and loves dry, crunchy foods more than anyone on earth could possibly understand. Now, please enjoy my talk with very good friend to the show, Morgan. Morgan, welcome back. Sagittarian Matters.
I've missed the matters.
It's Sagittarius season.
It is happy Sagittarius season. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I got to see you.
Late. I know we did. We were with animals together. What could be better?
And I hear that you brought a bag of snacks to eat at my birthday, but we were so busy chomping on vegan wieners that we didn't even eat them.
Goth vegan wieners. I know. We didn't have time. Too busy petting cows, eating wieners.
Eating wieners from, like the goth, the Halloween themed Frankenfurter stand.
Haunt dogs.
Haunt dogs at the Gentle Barn, which
Hit
is
'em
a
up.
wonderful, wonderful place to go.
It is.
Okay, the first thing I need to tell you has something to do with, it's a curse from Dawn. It's the curse of Dawn Riddle.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know Dawn Riddle had a curse.
Neither did I until she stayed at my house. I leave explicit instructions. Do not leave me any food behind. It is not a gift. For my for any subletters, any house sitters, do not leave food behind. It is not a gift to me. To have
I love
weird half-eaten stuff.
You're
You're like, you're welcome. But
This reminds me also of at the Gentle Barn, each animal had a docent. I feel like you need a docent, Nicole.
I
Do not
need a
leave food.
docent.
Do not talk to after waking up from nap. Do how to engage.
She likes her butt scratched.
She does.
Morgan, when we were at the Gentle Barn, I scratched closer to a cow's butthole than I ever have in my life,
I witnessed that.
but only upon docent recommendation.
Yeah.
The
I mean-
docent saying, you could get a little bit, bit closer there.
I was like, Nicole is playing with fire right now. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Happy birthday.
I've lived by the idea that with a giant hooved creature, you steer clear of the back because they might kick you.
Yeah.
But at the Gentle Barn, I started this with Lewis, who was across a fence, and they're like, yeah, if he likes the way you're scratching him, he'll move his tail over. And so I was scratching his like hind quarters, and then the closer I got to the butt hole, he moved his tail, and then I saw everything.
Woo!
Anyway, nobody tried to kick me. Everybody was like, that's where I want you to scratch.
Yeah.
I cannot reach there.
I can't reach there. I've got hooves and legs that don't bend that way. Madonna really wanted her chubby cheeks scratched. It was like the best moment maybe of 2023. I'm not totally sure, but maybe.
Her chubby cheeks meaning like her butt fupa area?
No, her actual face cheeks.
Or her face cheeks.
She can't get there either.
Because there was kind of an area. A cow's business is all kind of towards the top by the tail. So underneath there,
learning session begins.
Underneath there, where our stuff is, they don't have anything on the undercarriage, really.
So, it's all concise.
Okay, so the curse of Dawn Riddle, who left something at my house, is this Cafix.
You don't like this
instant grain beverage? Well, here's the curse: is that I was like, disgusting. What is this 100% caffeine-free beverage Dawn Riddle has left in my cupboard? And if I tell you, listeners, this is now my second tub of it because I got hooked.
I was going to say, this is a blessing, not a curse.
I got bit by the Cafix bug. It is a non-caffeine coffee drink made of roasted barley, chicory, barley malt, and figs.
Figs?
And figs. And so I have been living a pumpkin spice nightmare over here, where I just have all the spices lined up. So I get my mug. It is like full of powder. My mug is Cafix, cinnamon, nutmeg, little clove, maybe a little ginger, cardamom. How about some cayenne? How about a little molasses? Then you put your hot water in, and then you put some oat milk on top of there. And baby, you got a stew going.
I don't know what this category of food is, but you just have it like dialed in 100%.
What, like the hot low calf or no calf bev?
Yeah. I mean, Dawn Riddle is also a huge fan of roast aroma. Have you dabbled?
Oh, I dabbled when I quit coffee in my early 20s. Before we talk about Hairwan, what do you have in store for us? What do you want to talk about? What did you bring in your pouch of snacks to my birthday?
Oh my God, my pouch overfloweth. It's really a snack-filled bonanza. If I have capacity to eat all of this, I will. For you today, I have outstanding Cheeseballs. Flavor, cheddar. I got I1 Organics protein sticks with an X. Folks, with an X. There's also some Moku plant-based jerky, Hawaiian teriyaki flavor, which is oyster mushrooms. There's some chewy candies called Sweet Haven, just as plant-based candy. We've got a medley of flavors: blueberry, tart berry. There's some other flavors too, but those are what I've got with me. I also have for you today gluten-free, battered, plant-based fish fillets from Trader Joe's, tender and flaky and vegan. And if there's time, vegetable bird's nests. But we're going to see, because I'm already feeling full and I have just only said these words, not eaten them. There's also for dessert a peanut butter creme cookie from Back to Nature, plant-based snacks.
I don't know if we're going to have time to eat all these things, but can you tell me about the fish?
Oh my gosh. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to slice a little piece so we can hear if it's crispy.
So Trader Joe has gone to the fishing hole.
Wow.
Trader Joe has put his little pole into and dropped his lure into the fishing hole and came up with this plant-based fish.
This yellow-colored, triangular-shaped fish. I've never tasted this. Honestly, I've walked by this so many times and been like, ew, gross. And so I figured there's no time like the present. Why not?
What's it made of?
It's soy, and I love copy, but this box has no copy on it. It's really a tragedy. It's like jackfruit and some cornstarch. We got potatoes, chickpeas. Oh my God, too many things for even to read to you, but it does say it contains soy. So that's the highlights reel.
Okay.
You're looking at it.
It looks like a chicken nugget. Looks like part of a chicken nugget. Morgan?
Okay. They're not lying. It's crispy. It's kind of like squishy on the inside. I don't know if fish is squishy. Okay, there's nothing fish flavored.
Is there a nori element?
No, there's no nori. The stringiness from the jackfruit is maybe like the most adjacent to fish thing I can remember. But, okay, the breading is delightful. Cooked them in the toaster oven. Took 20, 25 minutes. Color is off-putting. Flavor, I don't know, like jackfruit from a can, but then they didn't do anything to.
On a scale of 1 to 5.
I'm giving this a 5. Also, the serving suggestion, okay, breading, 8. No, not 8.5. Interior, 4. Serve with roasted carrots. I don't know. Bold choice.
If I told you this was a chicken nugget, would you believe me?
No way. No way, Nicole. No way.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
Wait, on a scale of 1 to 5, you're giving the breading an 8.5?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I stand by that. Whoa.
Okay.
I'm rocking your world here. Would not buy again, but wouldn't judge you if you did.
Okay. Are you going to finish that box?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I have...
Texture is weird. I have to just say, I hit a weird texture pocket. Sorry. Go ahead.
You should be sorry. Weird texture. Morgan's weird texture pocket.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it now. Okay. I have actually a listener question for you.
Oh.
Nicole, what is up? It's Candace Hansen. Got a vegan food question for you. How can you make celery exciting? I've got a big bunch of it. I just learned I can make it hot. Would love for some vegan recipe suggestions or feedback on celery. Thank you. Bye.
Woo woo! I love celery. I hated it so much, and then I was a total convert. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm going to start with like some of my favorites and just go from there. It's not hot, but just revisit Ants on a Log. Just revisit it. You think it sounds gross. Celery, peanut butter, and raisins. It's a delight. It's a snack on the go. It's got everything you need.
You've talked about this on the podcast before. I think that Ants on a Log Council has gotten plenty of free advertising here.
Oh my God. I'm really proselytizing about Ants on a Log. It's a total joy. So just give it a try if you haven't in a while. I think you might be delighted. Make a celery salad. Okay, I won't do salads. Nicole just made a face at me. I love a salad. It's great. You
Celery
think it's like
salad.
not good? Yeah.
I don't like celery, so this is my position. My position is a little bit anti.
Wait a minute. You just blanket statement you don't like celery?
I mean, if it's somewhere, we'll talk. But I just like, what's the point of eating a food that burns calories to eat it? What's the point? What am I here for? What's happening?
I think that really like scarred us all and made us either like, for those who like really tried to get in on that, like at a different state in our developmental life, and then the backlash has kind of given celery a bad name. I think it's gross in juice. I stand by that.
Oh, I like it in juice.
Go to hell, Nicole.
I don't mind it in a juice. It feels detoxifying.
See? But it tastes gross.
But like, I would never eat a celery. I would never choose a celery salad. If you served it to me, I would eat it because you gave it to me. But I would never be like, what am I going to spend money on? Celery salad.
Oh my God. No. Like just like chopped up with some like, shredded beets or whatever. Crunchy is a joy. And I think it's so refreshing. And it is kind of weirdly salty once you like taste it and you're like, this is kind of salty or savory. Then it kind of like opens up some options. And so you can add it into like, a little, whatever you're doing, fried rice, soup. Oh my God. It's great everywhere. You could probably, I think I've roasted it. Mwah. And mwah. It's great. Roasted celery and carrots.
Okay. So this person has a lot of celery. What's your go-to right now to get a lot of that taken care of?
Oh, I mean, I'd eat it in absolutely everything. I say make a soup, make a salad, and roast some. Like, those are my 3 top suggestions.
What kind of soup?
Like, you don't need to go too wild. Just make like a minestrone or a vegetable soup, or you could probably even do like a potato and celery soup that's like a puree. I'm riffing here.
That sounds so sad to me. That sounds like end of the world food is that we are all Around a
What a
crock
joy.
of potato and celery soup.
I think it sounds so good. Puree it. It's silky smooth.
All right.
Just try. Tell me how it goes. Make
I
it.
think-
I've never made it.
Ants on a log is the one that I am most likely to go towards.
Because you like a PB&J on a collard, and it's really just like a close cousin.
Or peanut butter wrapped in cabbage is something I grew up eating that I didn't realize was weird.
You grew up eating this?
My mom would be like, here you go. And it would be like cabbage roll with peanut butter in it.
I had no idea. This
That's who
actually
I
is
am.
like really timely in this way. Okay, that's who I am. It's your identity. Back to nature plant-based snacks, peanut butter creme cookies. I was eating one the other day and I was like, peanut butter is so good. And then
Yeah.
I was remembering a time in our vegan lives when, do you remember when like peanut sauce, like if you wanted to order it on the side or whatever, it was like extra and it was like, oh my God, peanut butter is so luxurious. And I was like, I still think peanut butter is luxurious. Peanuts are luxury.
Peanuts are luxury. I like to add Maldon to my peanut butter because it's even if you get salted peanut butter, it's not salty enough.
Ooh.
This is the lasting wisdom of Kaya Wilson, which is like, I would be like, oh no, I got almond butter, but I got the unsalted kind. Or during COVID, the grocery delivery came and it's unsalted. I'm going to die. And she was like, look. And then just imagine somebody pouring 3 cups of salt in it and just stirring it, just using a lot of muscle to stir it. And then all of a sudden you have something edible again.
Crispy salt flakes in your
Mhm.
formerly sad almond butter.
Now, I'm a real double dipper with almond butter,
Mm.
eating it with a spoon in my own home, alone.
Mhm.
So I put it I keep it in the fridge. Will you taste the other hot thing that you created from Trader Joe's?
Oh yeah, you want to get in on this bird's nest with me?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like way cuter. It's got some swirls of vegetables. You can see a zucchini. You can see a carrot. It's great. Crispy.
I know exactly
Still-
what this tastes like in my mind.
Really? Tell me.
Yeah.
You describe it to me and I'll tell you if you're right.
This is a classic Trader Joe's does Asian food in the frozen section. This is shredded non-organic
Mm.
vegetables formed in a mass with like some kind of corn starchy
Mm-hmm.
something on the outside and it tastes oily on the inside. It comes
Sure
with an
does.
incredible dip.
I missed the dip.
There's an incredible dipping sauce that comes with it. That is actually the highlight of the meal. But this is just kind of like your standard Trader Joe's shredded root vegetable feeling with cornstarch and oil.
Nailed it. It's like latke adjacent.
Mm-hmm. Laka's
Mhm.
friend.
Yeah, we're like, you could probably serve these at Hanukkah and people would just be happy with it. Need salt. Where's my flaky salt?
Where's your sauce?
I know. I skipped the sauce. What a mistake. Maybe that's where the salt is. Yeah, I would get these. They are at Trader Joe's. They taste like Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Whatever that Trader Joe's flavor is, they've got it. Yeah.
It's like whatever the grapeseed oil or whatever oil they use in those products, it all it like tastes the same across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would buy in a pinch.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Thumbs up,
Maybe
thumbs down.
Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the description, Nicole. You really helped.
Was that the correct description?
Oh, nailed it 100%. Like you can smell the taste of this thing when you're cruising through the aisle, like the frozen aisle at Trader Joe's. I just feel like it's in the air. You know, like co-op smell?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like Trader Joe's smell.
Oh yeah. I need you to know that I have aged we've been tracking our aging progress as the podcast has gone on. Now that we're coming upon almost 10 years of the podcast, I mean, in a couple years. But I have hit the point where I do not have patience. I have thought young people just don't have manners anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Young people, kids nowadays don't have any manners. So the thing, like the kind of like positioning myself against young people is one aging marker, but the other thing is like lumping them into a group and saying they don't have manners feels very Jerry to me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Which I say this as somebody, I was at a state sale today, looking through the rack, a small rack. A girl comes up on the other side of the rack and starts doing things where she's pushing the rack open to look at things. So then she's pushing me as I'm just like looking through the rack, and I was like,
I'm clutching my pearls right now, Nicole.
at some point she got too close, and I said, she got too close.
You're one step away from snucking that hand out of the way. Listen, kid.
Morgan, I just like, she literally started almost doing it to like a thing I was touching. I was like, like, no, we're not doing that.
This is not mandatory valet parking in Erewhon. Excuse me. I had not that thought, but I was like, I am cruising right into my late 40s, solid and proud. And this was what spurred that thought. Also at my trip to Trader Joe's, got some tart dried cherries, which I've probably raved about on this exact podcast before. And I was like, I got some dates in LA that are incredible. I got these beautiful tart cherries. And I was like, the wonders of dried fruit. What a joy to just bounce from one dried fruit to the next. Dessert. It's perfect. And I was like, yeah, that feels right. That feels right.
And that is your age?
Yep. That's my age right there. Dried fruit is my age.
Here's I like last year, my age was bird watching. And now my age is kids today.
Kids these days.
Now my age is, I mean, you remember when I worked at the Senior Citizen Center, there was a lady who would always say, homie, don't play that, which I loved. Leola would always say, homie, don't play that. And she would hit someone with her purse. I wanted to tell you today, I got something else overpriced in Los Angeles, California from Alfred Coffee. I got something that's called a Boost protein thing. It was this big, about 20 ounces. I'll let you guess the price. It has protein, a shot of matcha, oat milk, some of those like blue spirulina kind of things, and then sweetener, oat milk, too.
$10 to $12.
$13.
$13. Oh my gosh! Are we doing what's that? Not The Price is Right, but what's the other one? Spin the wheel.
What's that smell?
What's that? Classic game show.
Anyway, this is the thing about the
yeah,
it was only fine.
It was fine.
It was what it was. I wasn't like dazzled. I think that a lot of their stuff has essence of monk fruit, and that is a bummer to me.
Sweeteners these days. That's my other rant.
Sweeteners these days.
Yeah.
All right, Maria, what else do you got?
Oh my gosh, what don't I have? Let's try these outstanding cheese balls. They boast that they have 20 vitamins and minerals in them and 5 grams of protein per serving. Flavor cheddar. They do list all these vitamins and minerals, but like just kind of like don't all foods have some vitamins and minerals in them? It's just like, did you test? Is that it? Okay, they look like cheese balls, like the kind you would get in a big plastic tub. And they're crunchy.
Can we hear it?
Wow. Okay. No, they also have like a weird drying effect. Rewind your mind to a time when Daya was invented.
Okay.
And we were like, wow, vegan cheese flavor. They taste like whatever that cheese flavor is from like 15, 20 years ago or whatever. Like, I feel like cheese flavor could really, like vegan cheese flavor could really like stand an update. Like they're due for an update. There's got to be something we can put in there to make it. So they're kind of like weirdly sweet, and whatever that cheese flavor is on here. And they are, yeah.
Is it like the flavor of Tings?
No, I love Tings and I miss them, and I've really tried to find them a lot. They don't exist.
What happened to Tings?
I know. Bring back Tings. They're so good. They don't exist.
All right. Tings used to be like the ultimate date food. You're going to the Bluffs with somebody.
I'll bring the Tings.
Find out you're vegan. You share some Tings.
I love Tings. They looked like a Cheeto, but like
not as good.
Tasted like something else. I love them. These are basically like that kind of packing peanut material. Like if you put a packing peanut, one of those compostable ones, in a toaster and then sprinkled it with Daya powder. I think that's what I would say these are. You are what you eat, Nicole. Be outstanding. I also I just want to say, if anyone wants to give me a job writing product copy, I love reading copy off of packages so much. This one's not that good, so I'm not going to waste your time. But, these cheese balls are nothing short of everything. Eat outstanding, feel outstanding, and be outstanding. Just so you know, like 90% of those words were capitalized. Eat outstanding, capitalized. Would not buy again. Wouldn't buy again.
Whoa.
I don't feel outstanding. That's a
Would
thumbs
you
down.
say mediocre?
Highly mediocre. Highly mediocre.
I have an answer to you.
Yeah.
Lagusta, we've tried her macaroni and cheese and loved it. But if you are frightened by the $14 price point for the box of macaroni and cheese, why don't you go ahead and spend that same amount of money on a jar of cheese powder, which you can put on whatever you want.
It looks so beautiful. I want this.
This is a beautiful little jar of Lagusta's cheese powder, which includes cashews, onion, olive oil, grapes, nutritionally red miso with koji spores, tamari, lemon juice, mustard, spices, chickpea, salt. Like it's so good. It has such a depth of flavor. You can make it at home. You have to, of course, get your Oatly and your Miyoko's butter, whatever your butter, or you can use olive oil, which I've used, and it's still really, really good. You can put it on macaroni. You could put it on cauliflower. You could put it on broccoli. Go nuts. This is the freeze-dried cashew cheese sauce of your dreams.
I can't believe it.
Add endless flavor and creaminess to all your meals.
I'm going to. I can't believe it. I'm going to get some packing peanuts, put them in the toaster, sprinkle that on there, and I'm good to go. That's incredible. I literally asked, and then I shall received. You had it right there too.
Yeah.
Okay. Consider my order placed. Next up, I've got I1 Organics Protein Sticks with an X flavor, spicy, sweet peppers. They boast plant protein. They're non-GMO. They're perfectly baked, and they do have a bold flavor. They also have winning on nutrition. I'm winning on nutrition. So sorry that you're not, but I am.
I don't know about that. I think if you were winning in nutrition, that bag would not be full of protein sticks. It would be full of like broccoli.
Yeah. And like maybe Lagusta's beautiful cheese powder.
Yeah. Morgan's eating what looks like a veggie straw, a tube, like those gross, like vegetable sticks that are like freeze dried,
Shocker. These ones are better.
You won?
I think they kind of won. They're like ugly. They're not pleasant to behold with the eye, but they're like denser and crunchy. They're like somewhere between a Cheeto and a cheese puff. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of dense. They give you like a good crunch factor, which I love. I love a solid crunch. And then they have a little bit of spice. And then there's enough powder, whatever their flavoring powder is, to make it taste like the thing. So you don't taste like the weird matrix upon which it has been sprinkled. So like they taste less like a packing peanut than those cheddars.
Hey,
they're good.
Would you buy this again?
Yeah, I'd buy this. I love crunching.
We're getting some good crunch there.
It's solid. Mm-hmm.
Can we see the package again? I1, spelled I-W-O-N. How much protein?
I don't even know. 7 G's of P. And then this dad, you must eat the whole bag though. Okay. This dad is posing with his smiling children. I think people should, I don't know, pose with your cat. I want to see a good cat pic on this bag.
I would much rather have someone be like, please support my family business. And it's you and your 2 cats.
Well, you're in luck. I'm starting a cheese powder business. Just kidding. Lagusta on that.
Then being like, here's my newborn baby.
It's still wet.
The newborn baby's still wet. I was texting you while I was making your classic molasses cookies. I just put the recipe. The recipe is on our Sagittarian Matters Instagram page, so you can go find it yourself. People always balk. They're always like, what? 12 or however many tablespoons of molasses you're asking for, like 16 tablespoons. People are like, 16 tablespoons of molasses. Have you lost your mind? Yeah.
And I haven't. You got to do it.
That's the recipe. Do it or don't.
It's the only liquid in there, really, if I remember correctly.
It is the only liquid. I'm like, you if you don't want to use this recipe, you can make it up on your own. But this is how much molasses is in this recipe. You can't argue with the recipe. It's like picking
Nicole
up
is smacking your hand off.
We just have people been like, people were just appalled that you asked for so much molasses in a molasses cookie.
That delights me. My work here is done. Delighted. I love molasses. Don't even get me preaching about molasses. It's so good. It's the taste of brown sugar. Who doesn't love that?
It's so deep. I have it. I feel like it has iron in it.
It does.
I have it every day, whether I have it in my vegan gruel or in my Cafix.
Cafix and molasses. Wow.
Cafix and molasses is a good thing. But anyway, I made these while I was talking to you, and somehow my oven went rogue and they got kind of burnt. So now they're like on the burned end of a ginger snap.
Still good.
They're fine. One year I made, these are very dark brown, listeners.
Let's see.
Because they're molasses.
They sure are.
They look like chocolate color. And one year I got cookie cutters and I sent them to my family, and they were like, what are these, dog biscuits? I said, no, they're really good. They're really good cookies.
I love that you're still making this recipe. You're holding it strong.
Holding it strong. I looked at the Sagittarian Matters Instagram page and I did the recipe from there.
Oh my God. Are they chewy or crispy?
Oh, they're like so dry. So
They
crunchy.
Oh,
They're so dry and crunchy. Oh, I also made them gluten-free. And I halved the recipe on my own, and I made them gluten-free, and then I burned them. So
what you're telling me is they're silky smooth, soft and tender.
But I still can't stop eating them.
So really, truly honored, truly honored.
All right, Morgan, we got 2 more things from you.
I know. I got to get into this Moku plant-based jerky, Hawaiian teriyaki flavored, featuring pineapple and coconut on the front packaging. The color of the packaging is very appealing. I was like comparing all the packaging, and there's all this like matte finish, brightly colored stuff. And I'm just like attracted to it. Like, you know, just a little treasure I could not resist. And this is made of just first ingredient is king oyster mushrooms. And then, you know, oil, coconut aminos, you know, all the stuff, juice, maple syrup, chickpea miso, salt, yeast, pineapple powder. So, you know, jerkies can get real dog treat or real human treat. And so let's taste this one and see how it's chewy. It's pretty thin, but it's still chewy. Oh, I think this is great. This tastes like food to eat, you know? Review food to eat.
This tastes like food to eat. Maybe put that. All right. So if you're looking for someone to write the copy for your package, come to Morgan.
Food to eat. It has protein too. Mushrooms have protein. Got 6 G's of protein per full package. But I mean, I think this is a total joy. The flavor is good. You can taste the pineapple, and it tastes like actual pineapple. It was developed with a renowned chef who transformed the mighty mushroom into a flavorful, mindful snack.
Who?
I don't know. They'll never say. They'll never say. They want to be part of our journey towards a better life and a better planet. This bag is just the beginning. Yeah, I would definitely buy this again. I think it's delicious. It's made in LA, your hometown.
Oh my God, my hometown. Morgan, can you tell me something? Is it sweet?
There's a hint of sweet in this flavor, but it's not like sugary sweet.
Okay,
They didn't overdo it. Good balance.
There's another kind of mushroom jerky, which I've tried, and I never want to buy again because there was a sweet aftertaste that did not pair with the mushrooms, in my opinion.
Is it Pans?
The other major mushroom jerky brand.
It might be that one. There's this like really thick, and it sort of feels like you're biting into a human ear.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, lobe. Yep. Top part. I got a piercing there when I was 22. Yep, for sure. This one's like sliced thin enough that it actually sort of feels like jerky and not like ear. I recommend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a classic that I just dragged from the cupboard to here because I want people to know, you know, we try a lot of weird stuff that you find at grocery outlet and other places, but like, what do you just buy on purpose? And what do you spend money on? And I treated myself this Nicole's birthday, I treated myself to a box of salted Galapagos turtles from
Ooh.
Lagusta's. These are a longtime favorite. If you've never tried them, if you're looking, you're like, what do I get there? Oh, they're so expensive. Just do it. You're not going to be sorry.
You'll never regret it.
You'll never miss that money.
The most delicious chocolate you've probably ever eaten.
This is salted caramel and chocolate and toasted pecans. There is like a thick, beautiful salt on the outside. It's roughly in the shape of a turtle. I kind of feel like Hermes and I need to co-brand with them and make some tortoises.
Great idea.
What about a salted Russian tortoise?
What about your community, your friendly community is going to get up in arms about that. People eating chocolate tortai.
We can talk about my community. For better or for worse, trigger warning, I am now a top contributor on my tortoise Facebook group. When I comment, it'll say Nicole George is top contributor. Is that a cry for help? Maybe. You want to know, listeners, you want to know what's been happening for me the past 6 months while we haven't done the podcast? I'm a top contributor of the Tortoise Facebook page.
Contributing to the community.
Anyway, these salted Galapagos turtles are so good. It's like a beautiful dark chocolate covering, just like perfect caramel. It's not crystallized. It's like a smooth coconut milk caramel, I think. And then giant pecans and a nice flaky salt on top. It's a perfect. I've been eating one every day and I feel like I need to slow down because I know once I get to the end of the box, I'm going to feel bereft.
Bereft. Out to sea. Lagusta's kind of like really a skillful crafter of flavors and textures and combination. Oh yeah, I love it. Thank you, Nicole. Look at those little dangly, stretchy strings. Perfect caramel pull. Chewing too much, can't talk.
It's like the caramel version of when you see someone eat a piece of cheese pizza and the cheese is going from their mouth to the pizza.
And
then
photo shoot. Yeah.
And then you're vegan. And so the broccoli is like tumbling off your dry pizza.
Or you're like slimy, oily, sticky cheese glue is like already stuck to your teeth and you're like scratching off with your fingernail. Like, yeah, no problem.
There was a time like 10 years ago, I got pizza from Sizzle Pie on the way to the movies, maybe to see a Lord of the Rings movie at midnight around Christmas time. And it was like a vegan pepperoni pizza with Daiya cheese. And it was so super hot. And I had that cheese effect and I felt human.
It's so dangerous though. When it's that hot, because it like adheres. So you're like the roof of your mouth, you are playing with fire. You are really, toes are on the edge. Yeah.
You're done. The roof of your mouth is done.
I mean, there's no way to remove it. It's just like physics prohibit the cheese from, separating itself from your
you have to eat some Captain Crunch to exfoliate that off.
Just bleeding from the mouth upon entry to the movie theater.
No, I felt so human. I was like, oh my God, I get to eat like normal pizza, like a normal person. I don't have to eat like a calzone. I don't have to eat like Rocco's, this place in Portland, RIP, just had a vegan pizza that was like every vegetable on top of a slice of sauce pizza. And then literally broccoli would be tumbling off. The mushrooms would be weeping into the crust. And you would be like, I'm eating pizza just like you guys. Look how fun it is.
We're hanging out. We're hanging out.
I'm like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle too, huh? And there's just like an entire squash on it.
Raw.
Because they didn't, the vegetables were not like seasoned. They were just thrown on top and then, God's will.
Every place a vegetable touches on the crust is like completely uncooked underneath it. You're like, ooh, I hit a pocket.
I have a long, complicated relationship with pizza,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I do know, Nicole. I do know, Nicole. I want to taste a candy now too, so I'm going to eat a Sweet Haven.
Okay.
I'm eating Tartberry.
Go ahead.
And so
what is Sweet Haven? Yeah.
I don't know. I just found them and they were like, candy sale, and I was like, plant-based, yeah, I'll take it, why not? I like candy.
Okay.
These I've eaten a lot of them, so you might already know what my review is going to be. But if you imagine that you had a chiclet and then the candy coating was off of it, that's what your first bite is going to feel like with this. You're like, wow, it's kind of like hard and square. And it's like, but then it gets soft and it moves more adjacent on the spectrum to a starburst. But it's kind of like a dry starburst, developed a crusty exterior. And then, I mean, they taste a little like plastic, but that's fine with me.
All right. So Morgan, what if you never liked Starburst in the first place?
Oh, I'm sorry. Then Sweet Haven is not for you. I mean, if you like a Skittle, they're the same. Let's be real.
Oh. All right.
But they're fruity and they're chewy and they're really tangy. And I think they're good. I love a chewy experience. Also, it's a texture that like you don't get everywhere. And this is the thing I've never had vegan.
Oh.
I don't know if Starbursts are vegan or not, but
I think they're not.
Well, yeah, it's an experience that is like, you know, we've eaten a lot of stuff over the years where we're like, okay, had that before. I've had a puff, I've had a crunch, I've had a bad pizza, but I'm like, this is a thing I've never had. And so that in itself is like, you know, perking my brain up.
I like that. Can you tell me anything about the package and the copy on the package or what's in this? No.
I couldn't tell you. I threw it away.
Okay.
Because guess what?
We'll never know.
Except for these 2 bites. We'll never, ever know.
Listeners, if you have vegan pizza trauma or a vegan pizza story of your, please call the Sagittarian Matters hotline, 971-361-9998. We want to hear it. We want to hear from you.
I want to know.
Were you the only vegan having to eat a piece of garlic bread that was just 2 pieces of garlic on a piece of bread? I don't know. What
are you a cheese? Are you a no cheese? What's your cheese pref?
Have you had the experience of having to like do such a deep dive on the Pizza Hut crust and whether it was vegan in the 90s and then you're getting like double sauce to try to make up for no cheese?
Double sauce.
Were you subjected to too many vegetables on the pizza? Did you like that? Do you carry any bad, like trauma-based pizza habits forward in your life where you still get like zucchini on a pizza just because you feel like that's all you deserve?
You deserve better. You deserve better.
What are you looking for in a vegan pizza and why? I will tell you, Morgan, hot tongue pizza, which I have advocated for in the podcast. And I love, it's the best vegan pizza in Los Angeles. Quote me on that.
Okay.
It's one of the top vegan pizzas in Los Angeles. I've had another one that was pretty good. They started serving, for reasons unknown to me, they started serving dairy pizza and Instagram went crazy. It went wild. People on Instagram, people were commenting like, I hope your business fails. I look forward to the demise of your business. And I was like, all right.
Stalker people on social media are unkind to each other. What?
I was trying to think today about drawing a comic of somebody because I was thinking about this is not speaking of faith with Krista Tippett, but I was thinking about like the cynicism of people online and how that doesn't actually translate to the real world. But I was like imagining I was imagining drawing a caricature of somebody and I was like, they have the double chin of looking down and it's not like a weight thing, but it's like the thing where you get like phone neck, where your head is like completely inverted because you're staring at your phone all day. And it's just you in your pajamas looking a mess with your head just like in a weird angle, just staring at your phone. And just be like, it's like Beavis and Butthead looking at me.
That blue light.
Uplit, like lighting up, like whatever acne, whatever, you know. If I ever have a beard, just so you know, it's because I don't have good vision. It's not because I'm doing a thing.
Yeah, and every rash, every nostril, just on maximum.
But like that person, just like your brain just smoothing out as you look at memes all day. But then also really smoothing, just really intense politics, just very intense, like more trauma than your brain has handled to see. And then you're like you're getting mad at people, but you're also not doing anything. You're getting more and more mad at other people. Do they see what I see? And I was just like, I don't know. That's all.
Yeah. I want to see like a split screen of like people interacting on the day to day. And then like the other split screen is showing what they would do on social media, you know? Like, oh yeah, totally. Well, thanks. I'll see you later. And then it's just eviscerating.
You bitch.
Me and you.
I saw you not recycling. I saw you not rinse out that peanut butter container and you threw it directly in the garbage. Nicole, I'm calling you in.
I hope you scorched to death. It is true. It is very true.
It's true. So I guess what I'm saying, listeners, is
be kind, rewind.
Be kind, rewind.
I thought you were saying that.
All right, Morgan. Do you have any
Nicole,
final things you want to say to listeners or foods that you will definitely be treating yourself with this holiday season?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm chewing on a Sweet Haven right now. Mouth is watering. No, just really call in facts. Call facts. Email your senators, your congresspeople, everyone, the president. Joe Biden wants to hear from you. I just know it. It
is fun being his pen pal, I have to tell you. I'm afraid to post it anymore because I think I'll get on a list. Like, I'm afraid how many times to email him that I will be on a list that I don't want to be on. But it is fun to be like, wait a minute. You just said this in our email correspondence, and then you just did this at the UN. Joe, what's going on?
Joe, what's up?
Joe, you just said in your email that you're going to do everything possible to de-escalate the situation. And yes. Everything? Does standing in the way of a ceasefire count as everything?
Everything? Joe Biden. Just wondering.
Sincerely yours, Nicole J. Georges. Dr. Nicole Georges. Sincerely, Doctor. I just feel like it adds more credence.
Yeah. Maybe do an Esquire. Why not?
Okay, sure. Nicole Georges the third.
Esquire.
Morgan, this holiday season, I will be going to Fermenter when I'm in Portland, Oregon. It is my favorite place to eat there. It is at the top of my list. And I will be making macaroni and cheese sauce with this cheese powder from Lagusta's. And I'm going to try to crunch my way through this bag of gingery cookies.
Nice. Wait, I have one thing to implore you if you're going to go to Portland. What? There's a new vegan bakery.
What?
It's true.
Dove Trail?
It's called Dove Trail. It's called Love Trail. Ew, no, it's not called that. It is. It's called Orange and Blossom, and their pastry looks beautiful. And it's right next door to Mis Tacones. It's literally in the same building. Please, if I have one wish for this holiday, it's that you'll eat some treats and tell me all about them.
Do you have any recommendations?
I have no idea because they just opened.
Okay. You know who loves them is a friend to the show, Beau Lamont of Magic Hour Astrology and Candles.
Great. I can't wait. I hope you both together taste some scrumptious pastries.
Morgan, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it's been so long.
I've missed you, Nicole. I've missed you.
I've missed you too. So happy to hear what you've been crunching on. And listeners, please let us know about your vegan pizza problems.
I also want to know if anyone's eaten a Wonder Egg.
Oh my God. What is that?
It's some kind of new vegan hard-boiled egg that you can buy in the refrigerated egg section.
Whoever asked for that does not represent our community.
It was not part of your letter writing campaign?
No. No. I don't think that vegan technology was ever meant to go in that direction. Mozzarella stick, that's fine. We've capped out. We're done. We don't need vegan hard-boiled egg technology.
Hard-boiled egg technology, yeah.
Wait, Mark, can I do a quick, I don't think so, honey?
Oh, please.
I'm going to time. Will you time me?
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay, I don't have a timer, so.
Okay, look at your computer.
Hold that thought. And are you prepared?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. All right, and stopwatch has begun and go.
I don't think so, vegan honey. What is that? Just egg being the vegan option at any brunch spot instead of tofu? Just egg pushing tofu out of the way? Listen, Whoever was lusting after the sulfury taste of an egg after going vegan in such a way that you needed technology to replicate it entirely? I don't think so, honey. I want tofu. I want at least the tofu option. I'm not here to live a life where I'm constantly trying to trick your carnivore dad into eating vegan food by mistake. We're past that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to center people who need to get tricked into being vegan. How about you just work harder on your tofu scramble? It's fine. How about he just gets something else? Just egg. You're grossing me out. I feel so weird when there's like, oh, tons of vegan options and it's just egg. I don't think so, honey. That's my time.
Well done, Nicole.
Sagittarian Matters is produced by Chris Sutton with assistance by Ponyo Georges. Our theme music is composed by Carolyn Pennypacker Riggs of the band Bouquet. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.